right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another round of Coffee and Questions. What's today's topic? I'm going to talk to you about Bosch job site AM/FM radio, where you can get it a little bit cheaper than Amazon itself. It's from a place called Woot, W-O-O-T, which Amazon owns. And what Woot is a place where, retailers and even Amazon themselves, if they've got like too much product in inventory, they mark the price down a little bit farther and then they sell it. But the fulfillment is done by Amazon. So let me change over. Let's get right after it. And let me show you the ad on Amazon first. Okay, so to start off with, this is the Amazon ad, and it runs $49.55, ships Prime. Okay, so this is the Bosch 12-volt lithium radio, like I said. And so can you get it cheaper by going over to Woot? Yes, you can, and so here's the ad. Okay, so now it drops the price down to $30. So what's the big deal about getting it from Woot besides the cost savings? Well, there really isn't. They just happen to pick products. Sometimes you don't know what they're going to pick. I mean, I'll always try to bring you the deals that I see, but this is a pretty good deal for $30 if you need one. So in terms of pros and cons, I mean, when we had this out at the club, one of the guys bought it. Now, I don't own this. I mean, we played around with it out at the club when the guy bought it because I have the Milwaukee, the red one. Got it a long time ago, and it works fine. It does the same thing that this does, but it's just what I have. And so they bought this one, and I would buy it if I needed one. It's $30. So if you have a garage, a shop, or, you want to take it out to a job site, how does this thing function? I would tell you there's a couple of things in here that were negative about it, where they said, well, the volume won't go as loud as I want. I understand, but this isn't a high-end stereo. It's a job site radio. And so, it depends, I guess. I mean, I found it adequate for everything, in and around the garage and the shop, out at the club. And I could see where at a job site, it would probably do more than fine, but it's not going to go like real loud if that's what you're expecting. Now, the other thing is, with this, you're going to need to have and buy, whether you buy it in a kit or you buy it separately, you need to get the battery and the charger. This right here for $30 is getting you the radio, and you can plug it into the wall and directly to the radio and use it. But if you want to have that battery capability and be cordless, you're going to need to buy, like I said, the charger and the battery, or batteries, because you might want to keep one charging while you're using one. So let's switch over to questions and answers. And like I said, I won't make it a long video, but people had some questions on it. All right, so another one of the questions is, hey, I bought stuff off of Woot and I have shipping problems. Yeah, a couple of people have, where there's big shipping delays, or I shouldn't say big, but there are shipping delays. Now, that could be a lot to deal with, what's going on with the quarantine and all of that, and only shipping essential items. I don't know. Now, when the guy out at the club ordered it, yeah, there was a delay in shipping. I think he got it 4 or 5 days out or something like that. But I would tell you, look, if you want the discount and you're not so concerned over the shipping, take the discount, order it, and then just realize it may not ship like on that prime time frame, okay? And you may be a delay because of what's going on. Okay, we're back around to the volume question. What I can tell you, I use it and I work outside, like with mine, like out at the shop when I'm out there and we're working. And it's fine in terms of volume. Now, if you're working in some kind of a place where there's compressors and loud equipment and all of this, then this isn't going to be for you. If you're in your home garage shop or just somewhere like that where you're not running this real loud equipment, it's going to be fine, I believe. Okay, off of the forum, somebody's asking, will it lose the presets if I take the battery out of it and I put it on the charger and then I come back and I put it back in? No, it'll keep the presets, okay? And so those buttons all across the top, I mean, I'll leave you the link below. Go to Amazon's site first, read about the product, and get a feel for if this is what you really want. And if you do, then go over to woot.com and buy it and get the discount. But, you can read all about all of the functions on this, but it won't lose the presets, to answer your question. If I got a problem, can I reach customer service? Yeah, I'll leave you the number right above my head, but a simple Google search will give you Bosch's customer service, and they stand behind their product. If there's anything wrong with it in shipping, on some of the comments that I read said, hey, mine came and it wouldn't power up, or mine came and there was some issue, you contact Bosch. I mean, they'll make it right. They stand behind their products pretty firmly. Can I charge this with the battery in the radio? No. Like I said earlier, you have to have the charger separate, and you have to buy the batteries. This kit right here for $30 only comes with what's in the picture. You can plug it into the wall, like I said. Will this work with my smartphone? Yeah, it comes with an auxiliary cable. You can hook it right up to your smartphone. If you've got Amazon Music or something like that, boom, you're in business. Okay, and one of the questions that was actually in with the description is it waterproof? And no, it's not. All right, regarding the battery, how do I know which one to buy? I'll leave it right up above here, and so you know exactly what you're buying off Amazon, in terms of the battery, so don't worry about that. The next negative, or the next issue that several people have complained about, is that the FM works perfectly fine. The AM seems to not work as well, or to be a little on the weak side. Now, I tested that, and I don't have a problem, and that could be, one, a geographical thing. I mean, I live out in desert cities, and so it picked up AM fine. I'm not going to say it picked up every channel, but when you had one that you tuned into, it seemed to play it fine. Now, in terms of broadcasting and frequency, I suppose, FM is always going to be better than AM. So it could be that, and it could be a combination of the two. I don't know. I didn't seem to have that big of a problem. On the AM, we listen to like a talk radio thing, and on the FM, we're listening to music, stuff like that. And so, like I said, for me, most of the time, it's always on FM anyway. And yeah, I get what you're saying about the AM FM difference, but like I said, some of that's got probably do with frequency and broadcasting. FM's always stronger. Next question, what are the dimensions of the radio? Let me take a look. Okay, it's 12.25 inches wide, 8 inches high, and 3 inches deep. Does it have an auxiliary jack to add on speakers? No. Is it possible to hook headphones to it? No, not at all. What's the warranty period on it? 1 year. There's another question about AM, FM. All I can tell you is AM is inferior. Okay, there's another question here about AM versus FM. What I can tell you is AM is inferior to FM. It's that simple. Okay, now on the forum, and not so much out at the club, I was reading where people had a problem with the power cord failed, or the radio itself quit working like in a month or 3 months or something like that. So they wanted to kind of give it a negative review, and I get it, but things happen in manufacturing, and as long as Bosch is willing to stand behind the product, ship you a new one, or whatever the arrangement is that you made with them. In most of these circumstances that I read as an update, when people did make an update to their comment, is that Bosch did make it right. So that's the good part about Bosch. I already talked about the Wi-Fi capability. It does not have it. If that's important to you, then what you want to do is you want to buy probably the more upgraded version, of this radio. I mean, this is just a sale, and for the general DIYer handyman, hey, I want something on the job site kind of a thing, and I can plug it in, or I don't mind buying the battery pack. It'll work perfectly fine. But if Wi-Fi is important to you, then this probably is not for you. Okay, so after out at the club for using this for the past month or more, I mean, what do I think of it? In terms of pros, I think it's solidly built. I mean, and it's got a nice feel. It's nice and compact. It's small size. It's got good, FM reception. That's for sure. What are the cons? Well, the cons can be, it may not be as powerful in terms of volume as that you want. That's like I said. So if you want something more powerful, you either have to go for a higher upgrade on this or buy yourself a stereo. It's not going to have that same volume power as a stereo, but like I said, I found it adequate. Now, the other negative I think on here, it's got a really short, audio cord. I think it's, let me see, what does it say? It's got an incredibly short audio cord, 6 inches, 3.5 millimeter audio cord. Yeah, that was a negative. I don't know why they didn't make it longer, but it's workable. But yeah, it is real short. For me, that's okay, because for $30, what did you expect? You want it to have all the buttons and whistles, and you want it for $30. It's not going to happen. Like I said, it's just a good generic radio, and like I said, I have the Milwaukee, and this one's very comparable to the Milwaukee. I like Milwaukee still. Mine because, well, I bought it. But, this is very doable radio. We use it out at the club and, in the shop at the club when we demo things, and it works fine. Does the clock keep running even when you have everything unplugged and it's off? Yeah, you have to put two AA batteries in it, and that's what keeps the clock working. The AC adapter cord, yeah, it's a little on the short side, but like I said, that too is a doable thing. And yes, it has a storage compartment, on the back of it. I mean, for the cord. How many preset channels are there? There are five for the AM and five for the FM both. All right, folks, not to make it a long video, it's a good bargain. I believe at $30, shipping may be a little bit of a pain for you, but if you're patient, it will come. Like I said, with everything going on nowadays and them shipping essentials first, maybe that's the reason why people are complaining, about the shipping. They're not complaining about not getting the product, just the delays in actually receiving it. So what I would tell you, take a look in the link below. That will take you to the Amazon site where you can read more about the specifications. You can look at the questions, answers. You can read through the reviews. Like I said, companies buy reviews, so don't base your whole decision on the reviews. I've said that in many videos. And every once in a while, somebody will still complain that, I mention, the 5-star ratings or the 4.5 or the 4s. Well, I do, because you can go in there and read. And a lot of times you can tell who's fluffing, puffing, and who's not by looking at, some of the negatives that they're talking about. And then I read through those negatives, and out at the shop when people buy these, and we buy stuff all of the time, in our work group out there at the club, and we review these products, and some of the things in the reviews that are negatives, yeah, they are true. And so I tell you, like I did about the AM FM part of this, but that has to do with AM is always inferior to FM, like I said. So that's just a quick overview on this. I would tell you, you could consider it. It's a nice gift for $30, but yes, you're going to have to buy the charger and the battery separately. I'm the home handyman. I hope you click subscribe. Check out the deals. I'll keep bringing them to you. If you own this, drop it in the comment below. If you know a better deal, drop it in the comment below. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next video, and you folks have a great day. Bye-bye.